The Epos H6 Pro featured in today's review is provided courtesy of Epos. When I tested the Epos H3 a few months back, I found it to be a pleasing multi-purpose headset that offered good quality audio for a good price. Since then, Epos has announced and released the Epos H6 Pro. These new headsets are meant for a higher tier of gameplay and as such offer a better build quality and higher fidelity sound over the H3. They also come in either an open or closed acoustic design depending on your preferences. To say I have high expectations for the H6 would be an understatement given the performance of the H3 and GSP 602 before it. The H6 Pro Closed Acoustic Edition comes in a sturdy black box with the H6 spanning the front and side. On the opposite side you will find a short description for the headset in a number of different languages and a contents list. The back maintains the same minimalistic design as the rest of the box with only a short description of the set and a few highlights on display. Inside the box you'll find your chosen H6, console and PC connection cables, boom mic plate covers, and a user's guide. The H6 takes a lot of its build cues from the H3, only more premium. The headband features a nice leatherette finish with added texturing and additional padding. The adjustment bars are thicker and more secure. The ear cups have more springiness in their adjustments, making them feel better on your head. When combined with their slightly larger sized and softer memory foam padding, the fit is quite pleasing. The outside of the ear cup still features a leatherette finish, while the inside is cloth. There is a large volume slider on the outer right ear cup, while the left has the flip up to mute mic. The mic design is much more robust this time around, while also being completely removable from the headset. This makes it not only replaceable, but also allows for the H6 to be used more comfortably while out and about. The H6 is very flexible and sturdy, so it should serve well in nearly any configuration. The more premium build does come at the expense of a bit of extra weight, but it still comes in under the GSP 602. The H6 has the following specs. The sound quality provided by the H6 is unbeatable in this price range. Lows, mids, and highs all sound superb and clear, with bass having an appropriate amount of punch for my tastes. For the $180 asking price, this is quite a revelation, as I'd say the H6 rivals a number of low to mid $200 sets I have heard over the last year or so with ease. Best of all, it matches or even exceeds the GSP 602, which has been my absolute favorite sounding headset to date, but without the discomfort over longer gaming sessions. Getting a proper surround sound setup just isn't feasible for everyone, and the benefits of headphones for certain genres of games will always make them preferable for some. But like with a dedicated surround sound set, the quality of your headphones will make all the difference. I know I'm beginning to sound like a broken record in these headset reviews, but hearing really is believing what proper audio can do for your games. Subtle background noises, the distinct tones from the clothes of your character or the ground they are walking on, or the crack of distant gunfire all bring you further into your games or give you the competitive advantage. No matter how many times I hear it, the sounds of flying past objects and the sounds of battle in Ace Combat 7 will always bring a smile to my face. Horror is intensified in games like Resident Evil 2 Remake, where the creepy atmosphere is fully audible. Sometimes it is even the lack of sound that can really elevate your experience, and thanks to the H6's closed acoustic design, outside noise is kept to a minimum. It does a good job in this regard, but my daughter has definitely caused a few unintended jump scares by creeping up on me. Man, I am bad with horror stuff. Utilizing spatial sound on the Xbox lineup of consoles or PC further amplifies the H6's capabilities, allowing for better perceived positional audio. In most competitive shooters, having better distinctions on where an opponent is can be game-changing. For some games it isn't as big of a deal, but in something like Apex it is an absolute must, especially now that the audio cues in the game are mostly working as intended. Stormpoint is an interesting map with many new types of sounds, and hearing it all through the H6 is incredible. Because of the H6's universal 3.5mm jack design, it is usable on every major console available today. Unlike an assortment of other headsets, it still sounds fantastic even on the devices that don't have a dedicated sound card or spatial sound capabilities. While PC and Xbox still take the crown for overall quality, it's a nice change of pace to not have the set feel like a lesser version of itself on the Switch or PS4. Of course, you can always get dedicated sound cards for either of these systems if you really want to take advantage of them with the H6. As for the mic quality of the H6, it is still fairly average overall. It gets the job done for talking with your friends during matches, and honestly, that's all you really need out of it. It stays in place well and doesn't pick up too much of your surrounding noises. Being able to take it off when I want to use the H6 on the go is again a huge plus. As far as criticisms with the H6 go, I have yet to find any, though I would love for a wireless version to come out, since wires in my setup are a magnet for children and cats to get snagged in. Up till now, the GSP 602 has been my absolute favorite sounding headset I have owned to date. But despite its amazing audio quality, I wasn't using it anymore because of its uncomfortable build. When I got the H3 to test, it quickly became my main go-to for most things, despite its hollower sound. The H6 has been a perfect union of these two different sets for me. You get the amazing audio quality of the GSP 602 and the comfort of the H3, and it has been exactly what I hoped for, making the H6 my new favorite headset. While the H6 does command a more premium price compared to lower end headsets, the enhancement it brings to your games is well worth it in my mind. For anyone looking for a set in this price range, take note of the H6. And there's my thoughts on the Epos H6 Pro closed acoustic version headset. I'm absolutely in love with this headset, the way it sounds, the way it really just amplifies gameplay experiences, and I'm really looking forward to figuring out how to implement it as my main headset into my setup from this point forward compared to what I've been using over the last couple of years. This price range is honestly like the perfect sweet spot in my mind for headsets for price versus performance on what you're actually getting, and I'm glad the H6 just handles it so well. Big thank you again to Epos for sending this my way to share with all of you, and a big thank you to each and every one of you for tuning in to watch. Seriously can't thank all of you enough for supporting this channel and helping it get to where it is today. It means the world to me, my family, just big thank you all around once again. Now, I have a couple of favors to ask if you haven't done so already. Hit that like. I guess you can't hit a dislike button anymore, can you? I don't know. But also hit that sub button so you can see when new videos go live on the channel. Goes a long way to helping us keep the growth going and bringing more content just like this, plus a bunch of other stuff to you. And for anyone that might be interested in further helping support the channel, you can also check out that join button here on YouTube or that Patreon link in the bottom right hand corner of the screen that's going to pop up. Little really goes a long way to keeping this place up and going and bringing all of this content to all of you. Big thank you to all of our current backers. Y'all have no idea how much you've really helped us along, and just, you're rock stars. You're amazing. Thank you so much. But that's going to do it for this one. So until next time, my wonderful internet peeps, you all stay awesome, and we'll see you back next video.